Alright, I'm on hole number 8 of the Fuji Open. I'm in Monday's practice round. Walking around with my caddy. Drinking a soda or two. Alright, this hole right here, you have to go for it. The only risk in this hole is that you'd end up in the water, but if you've got high enough developed clubs, you're going to be hitting in front of that, and it's not going to matter. Unfortunately, I don't like to use these types of islands, but if you end up out here in the rough or the sand, you'll probably have to use the island in order to get on, but it's a fairly straightforward shot. If you're going over to this area to do a layup, it's probably best to bring a QB. You got a lot better accuracy, a lot better ball guide, a lot more control, and it's definitely going to be a wood shot coming into the green. You do not have to get out here along the very edge in order to make this shot happen. If you draw a line from the tee box, or from the flag to the sand, and draw your line out like this, any place on this side, you're going to be fine. Obviously, the closer you are to the front, you're better. So if you cut it in half and you say, hey, this is my landing zone. I mean, when I'm setting up some of these holes, this is literally in my mind, this is my landing zone. Hey, that's where I want my ball to land. Where do I want it to land? I want it to land right in the middle. So, pick a spot out there and do that, so that what you're doing is on your second shot, now you have a straight in shot to the green. You don't have to maneuver around the sand on either side. You've opened this mouth up out here and you have a nice shot. So if you want to do this layup shot, you're going to have a beautiful, beautiful shot with your sniper or whatever wood that you're bringing. You'll have a great shot. I think if you're up here, you're a little bit higher up, so you're probably going to have to do some kind of a wind adjustment. I haven't taken this shot in a long, long time. This shot down here is the one to do. Because from here, if you catch it, even with a 3 power ball, and I think we can get this done with a 3 power ball. I don't think we have to pull out a 4 power ball, but we might. Depending on your club level, you may have to pull out a 4 power ball if you have them. But the goal is to try and get out here in your short iron range. You get out here in your short iron range, this all boils down to perfect. If you set the shot up right and you hit it perfect, it's going to go in the hole. So, I mean, if I get out here, this is probably going to be in minimum short iron range. So that's the goal here. So I'm going to bring a Titan. I'm going to bring some big stuff. And in this account, I do have some bigger stuff that I can bring. I could bring a 5 power ball. And I have some 4 power balls that I could bring. Let's see what 4 power ball, if I was going to bring a 4 power ball, what would it be? Firework ball, I don't need the side spin. I don't want to waste those. Don't need the side spin. Autumn ball, I think that's a 5 power ball. King McGrace, I'm not wasting those, that's for dang sure. Harvest, 3 power. And I don't want to waste the side spin balls. Those balls that have side spin, so here's a good, we don't really need the side spin here. We got wind resistance 3. We're probably going to use the wind, so what we're looking for is like a 1-1-4. I'll have to look around and see if there is a 1-1-4. Shell ball might not be a bad deal. 2-2-1, 2-2-4. So you have some options. Origin ball. Man, I hate wasting the 3 side spin balls. Sometimes when you're doing these big power balls, the side spin is just as important sometimes as the power. And so I really don't like wasting big side spin balls on shots that I don't have to use side spin. But I have plenty of Titans, so I'm going to go ahead and use a Titan. And my whole goal here is the only 2 clubs I should need is an extra mile and a Hornet. And I have my usual suspects on the bottom row. But my goal is to only have to use an extra mile and a Hornet. Now earlier today I epic failed on the drive, which is okay. It was a practice round. Oh, excuse me. And the other thing is that what it also reminded me of is that we can easily make it down there. So if you mess up the shot down there, it's not the end of the world. Your chances of picking up the shot are diminished, but you can still get on, move along, go on to the next hole. Okay, 2-6 wind. So it's 2.1 per ring. So we're in a narrow little area right here. And we have a narrow little landing zone. And so the wind's going to push me Somewhere around in that zone right there. So it's, I mean, this is a narrow landing zone. It's pretty much a hit it perfect or you end up in the stuff. And I hit it great, so I'll end up in the sand. That's 2 times in a row I've ended up in that sand down there. I'm really thinking I'm going to have to bring a 4-power ball, because with a 4-power ball or a 5-power ball, you can actually hit in front of the sand. And the whole idea here is to increase the odds that you're going to end up in the optimal spot for the short iron shot. And so if you used a 5-power ball to get, or a 4-power ball to get in front of that sand to open up the area so you could hit a little bit great to the left or the right and you'd still be able to get the shot done, I don't think you're going to have to put on all the topspin, or you'll actually roll too far and end up in the sand on the other side. My opponent caught it nicely and made it out of the rough. Excellent. Nice shot. They'll have a nice little shot from there. It's not as good as if you can get the roll and get up here, but they're still going to have a nice little short iron shot from there. How did I end up? Wow. I ended up not in the rough. Okay, there's max backbone and there's minimum. So we're about eking towards mid club. I'm going to play about 1.8 per ring. It's 1.5. I'm going to play about 1.5. I'm going to play just 2 rings. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it great to the left. And just great to the left. Like the distance and stuff there. That's the thing about this hole, is if you hit, there's not really, you know, you have to look at the risk versus rewards when you try some of those shots. And so the risk is that you end up in the rough or the sand, but you can still make it. So it's not that big of a risk. The reward is if you get out here, you're in short iron range. The only other option you have is to lay up at the top and you're in a wood shot. And so, you know, you can take the guaranteed wood shot to go for the eagle, or you can take your chances and try and really go for the eagle by getting into your short iron range. And you're in a worst case scenario, you end up taking a sand or a rough shot. So I don't think anybody's going to be able to convince me not to go to the left on this hole. I think that's definitely the way I'm going to go. But you're going to have to do it all based on the clubs that you have in your bag and whatever balls that you have available. So like in my practice account, I don't have anything more than what you can buy in the store. I don't have any 4-power or any 5-power balls. I think I have a few berserkers. So that hole, I'll continue to, the next time I play that hole, I'll play a practice round in the morning, and then I'll play this account in the afternoon and qualifying, and then I'll play again on Wednesday. So in tomorrow morning's account round, I think I have 1 or 2 5-power balls, and I'll pull one out just so I can see what the shot looks like. Alright, that was hole number 8 of the Fuji Open and Monday's practice round. Thanks for watching.